Jai Shri Mataji. Good morning, brothers and sisters. Let's go down to Shri Mataji, raise our Mother Kundalini and put Bandhan. Shri Ganesh Mantra.
साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देवी नमो नमः।
Let us balance our left channel. Shri Mataji, you are Sakshat Shri Mahakali. We balance our left channel. Finally awaken the pure desire within us. Now let us balance our right channel. Mataji, you are Sakshat Shri Mahasaraswati. We balance our right channel. We balance the pure attention within us. Now let us balance our central channel. Mataji, you are Sakshat Shri Mahalakshmi. Kindly balance our central channel. Kindly remove all the obstacle in our spiritual ascent. Attention on Sahasrara. Mataji, kindly bless us with thoughtless awareness state. Let us listen to Shrimataji's speech.
Today we are going to worship the Adi Shakti, and the reflection of Adi Shakti within you is the Kundalini. We can say this is the worship of the Adi Shakti and Adi Kundalini. If you understand that all this, whatever is created on this universe and in many universes, is the work of the Adi Shakti. Now many people believe that there is one God. It's true. There is one God, God Almighty. But He has His own powers which He can embody into someone and can get His own manifestation expressed. So first of all, He did was to create the power of Adi Shakti. When it was created, then there was a sound. The sound that we call as Om, Logos, or anything you call it, by the primordial sound. And these three powers came out of that sound is A, U and Ma, Om. The Adi Shakti is the one who embodies the desire of God Almighty. The desire of God Almighty comes out of His compassion and for His own expression, for His own manifestation, for His own reflection. I would say that He must be tired of loneliness, so He must have thought of creating a partner who will manifest His desires. Thus, the power of God Almighty separated from Him and formed an embodiment of His compassion, His desire to create. They say in Sanskrit they use the word Chid Vilas, is the enjoyment of the Adi Shakti. Chid is, as you know, is Chitta, is attention. The attention has its own joy, and to manifest that joy of her attention, she created all the universes. She created this Mother Earth. She created all this nature. She created all the animals. She created all the human beings, and she created all the Sajogis. This is how the whole creation has worked out. At this juncture, one may ask that why did she not straightforward create human beings? That was the idea of God Almighty. Just to create human beings without telling them anything, something better animals than the rest of the animals. But Adi Shakti, being the mother, she had her own way of expression, that she thought she must create the mirrors for God Almighty to see His face, to see His image, to see His character. And that's how this long range of evolution took place. This evolution had to work out this way because they had to know from where they come. We must know that we come from nature. Even nature should know it comes from the Mother Earth. And Mother Earth herself has her own Kundalini. And she too is not just a dead earth, but she knows, she thinks, she understands, and she regulates. You can see in the nature how every tree has got its own limitations, how every fruit is produced in a particular tree, how it happens, what works out, this kind of regulation. If this Mother Earth was moving with a higher speed than what it is today, we would not have been born even. Would have been less speed, it would not have worked out. See the whole plan that was made. It's a beautiful plan that the Mother Earth has to move around the sun in such a manner that different seasons are created. That's why the power, the Param Chaitanya, which is the power of the Adi Shakti, is also called as Ritambhara Pragya. This is the power that does all the living work, all the organization, all the creation. In our human ego, we start thinking that we do something. We can create. We cannot. We cannot even create a dust of particle, leave alone anything else. Whatever is created, out of that we may combine, we can put together and create something. But if you see that this whole thing is nothing but beyond our any power, we cannot create anything. But what do we create is our myths, I should say. For example, something is made of gold. Still it is gold. Now, something is made of wood, whatever it is made, is wood. The principle is the same into everything. So, whatever may be your birth, whatever may be the country you are born, whatever may be your culture, you are human beings. Basically, you all are the same. You laugh the same, you smile the same, also you cry the same way. I haven't seen anybody crying with his hands, tears falling out of his fingers, do they? And that is how one has to realize that we are all bound by some common principle of life. And the common principle of life that is bound us by the Adishakti is that we all have Kundalini within us. All the human beings have Kundalini within us. It is not in the animals also, but it's not so developed. It's not yet what we call is full form of Kundalini that can be awakened. But in the human form only, it has evolved as a connection, as the one that is the divine force within us, which is the reflection of the Adi Kundalini, which is so easily awakened in this Kali Yuga. This is the common principle we all have. So we have to respect all the people, all the human beings, whatever nation they come from, whatever country they belong, whatever color they have, because they all have their Kundalini. Then there are people, as you people are, who are awakened people, who are enlightened people, who have got your realization. So when you understand that this is the enjoyment of the attention of the Adima, of the primordial mother, it's just the play and the enjoyment, then when you have achieved your full growth in spirituality, what should happen to you? What should we feel? And how do we then exist? This is the question many a times you have asked. Now, when you ask questions itself, it shows that you are not there. Because once you are there, you don't ask questions. Secondly, what happens to you is that you become just the existence. Just the existence. And that existence that you become, then you start reflecting the character of divinity. This divine character is expressed not only nowadays, also much before. In every religion we have had people who had this divine character very well developed. For example, even we can say the people who lived 3,000, 4,000 years back. In Colombia, I found that in their statues they had Kundalini and a Kumbha also. Commonly, whatever were found out, they had a Kundalini being expressed 3.5 coils. This Kundalini we have within ourselves is now proved to you. You know that there is this power within us. Also, you've come to know what happens when we deviate from the middle path of our ascent. Here also the same Kundalini, which is the expression of the primordial mother, tells you on your fingertips what's going wrong with you. Where are you lacking? What is your problem? So now, when we are enlightened people, we have become saints, and we are above all others, what should we do is to understand fully well not only mentally but from your heart, that now you have got these divine vibrations. And these divine vibrations can tell you where are you, what are you, where is the problem. Also it will tell you wherever you go, like I talked to some people who went to Jerusalem. And they said, the mother, the whole place was just vibrating with spiritual vibrations. They went to Chhindwara, somebody, and he said, I'll find out mother's place, what is there. After all, it's not difficult, through vibrations I'll find out. So he said, as soon as I touched the platform, I started jumping. I said, now what to do? Where to go? From here only there are vibrations. How will I reach mother's place? So then he sat down and started wondering, now how will I find out where did mother take her birth? He was sitting down and then he saw the star, which is the Venus. He followed the Venus star and then he went and asked, and that's how he found the place. So the whole plan, the whole thing is not done haphazard in any way. If you see a tree, every tree has leaves and every leaf is given chance to have the sun's rays. In the nature, if you see, it's so harmonious, so beautiful. We are the ones we spoil the nature because we don't understand that we have come from nature and we have to respect. I've already told you many a times about how human beings were formed by different chemical who came, also carbon came from the Mother Earth. All this leads us to understand that we have a very big responsibility. The whole work has taken thousands and thousands and thousands of years. And now you all have reached a state where you have become yourself. You know yourself. This is a very big, I think, say, a very big jump in the evolutionary process. Make it move. The evolutionary process started long time back. Just move it, keep it moving is better. No, don't fix it. Keep it moving. समझो बेटा. So I think it's very important for you to worship the Adi Shakti and the Adi Kundalini. Is absolutely without understanding, absolutely you cannot understand how you have become a saint. When you will know within yourself you have got all these centers. And these centers have to be awakened through the awakening of the Kundalini, and that the Kundalini expresses herself through your fingertips. Unless and until you fully identify with this knowledge, there's always a possibility that you will deviate from the path of your perfection. Many people who come to Sahaja Yoga, I have seen, they meet some Sahaja Yogis who are halfway, and because they are mental, they start arguing, how is it this is this way, how is it this way? How is it he is a Sahaja Yogi, he behaves like that? There are so many ways of people relating to the power of the divine. I have told you in the beginning that God felt lonely. And that's why he created this Adi Shakti, and through her the whole universe was created. But also true that as you are seeking, also the divine is seeking you. Also that your seeking is absolutely awarded if you understand the simple thing about divine. That it is the one that has given you intelligence. It is the one that has given you wisdom. It is the one which has given you whatever you have, as you were singing, that whatever we have is given by you. If that is the case, that all that you have is given by your Kundalini, by this mother power of your Kundalini, then it's very important to understand what is the need of keeping her happy and her satisfaction. You must try to see what makes her happy. As I said, there's a relationship between the realized souls and the divine. The divine is happy when you are happy. Or we can say that the divine makes you happy when you are happy, then the divine is happy. It's such a relationship. And it's so close. We can say as the sun has sun's rays, or the moon has its own moonlight. It is so close, it's so ingrained, so much built in. And that should give you full control over yourself and over your development. They describe it in various ways, that you must surrender. Now, one surrenders, of course, with fear. If somebody comes with a sword and says, all right, you surrender, you may. But as soon as that person will disappear, you will take out another sword and cut his throat. That surrender has no meaning. That surrender is a surrender which is just forced on. All such surrenders have been creating problems because it has a reaction. But your surrender to divine is extremely joy-giving. Like a salt which dissolves into the sea automatically, into the water automatically. That soluble nature is really joy-giving. If you can just feel that within yourself that you are one with the divine, you are dissolved in the ocean of the divine. And then what takes your form is nothing but extreme love, compassion, and as a result, extreme joy. Many people tell me that, Mother, it's very difficult to forgive someone. But I think it's very horrible not to forgive someone. There's a great joy in forgiving. Very great joy in forgiving. And as soon as you forgive, the divine takes over. And divine will look after you. Nobody can disturb you. But first you must surrender to the divine. That is what is forgiveness. Just don't bother yourself as to punish somebody or to do something against somebody. The divine takes over from you and does whatever is needed. And in such a beautiful manner that it is worth seeing how it works. Adi Shakti's power, this divine, is described in every religion. Say in Islam called Ruh, in the Bible is called as all-pervading power. It's called as Alak, that is which cannot be seen. Niranjana, the one which is beyond any attachment sort of thing. All these words are used for this divine power. People have heard about it, people have sung about it. But unfortunately, very few people felt it. And when they felt it, they didn't know how to give it to others, how to make others feel it. So whatever they talked became sort of a story or something nonsensical. Nobody could believe that they have felt anything like that or could imagine that there is such a power really exists. Now, luckily, it has become quite a universal fact for all of you that you know there is this power. You are sure about this power because you can feel it within yourself. And when you feel it, you feel very joyous. You can make out whether somebody is telling you the truth or not, because you can see on the vibrations, on this, I should say the power of Adi Shakti. She tells you the truth. If somebody has done some harm to you, for example, now you may say that, Mother, if you forgive that person, then it's not the truth, because he has definitely harmed, and if I forgive, that means I accept that he has not harmed. This kind of argument is possible. Now you will see, you will be surprised that you forgive that person, because the truth is, whether you forgive or you don't forgive, you don't do anything. That's the truth. So out of compassion, if you forgive someone, compassion becomes the truth. It's the compassion that tells you the truth. So all the absolute truth that you know is through the compassion of the divine power. Maybe sometimes people say we saw the vibrations, Mother, and we felt this way, and still it happened. It makes no difference. Whatever has happened, doesn't matter. You have felt the vibrations, and you asked the vibrations, and you acted upon the vibrations, that's all. Whether it turned out to be that way or not is different. Because it had to be the other way now. Some drama is going on. The Chidvilas is the enjoyment of the Chitta of the divine. So it's going on. If you can see that play, then you don't get disturbed. It's a play. How it is organized is not your headache. You just have to see the play of the divine, how it works out.
कुंडलिनी साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः। ॐ त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री कल्की साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः। ॐ त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री कल्की साक्षात् श्री सहस्रार स्वामिनी मोक्षप्रदायिनी माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः।
Thank you, Shamataji, for this beautiful collective meditation. Thank you very much. Jai Shamataji. Let's bow down to Shamataji and take Bandhan.